And once again, welcome back to Hollywood Headliners this evening, coming to you live and direct on this Thursday evening from the Sunset Gower Studios, right in the middle of Hollywood. This is where Hollywood has happened, and all the true history is here. And so we thought tonight, if you really want to learn about the most exciting jobs in Hollywood, you have to talk to either a big star or a big director. So what we did is, no big stars would come on with us tonight, Andy, as I believe.
John Cryer was busy.
Yeah.
Shaq down the hall, busy.
Yeah. So the next thing we could do is try to go to a guy who's a very successful director. If you're a Desperate Housewives fan, not only was he the director of about 50 of the episodes, but he was also one of the executive producers, and just got done doing a Castle last week before last. He's in editing right now. We'll ask him all about that. Once again, welcome, my friend Larry Shaw.
How are you?
Larry, great to have you with us.
I'm glad to be here. This is fun.
Have you ever worked at the Sunset Gower Studios?
I haven't, no.
You just did the Castle, which was down at what studio?
Raleigh Studio, right across from Paramount.
Yeah, so like a mile from here.
Yeah.
Kind of all the studios are
in the studio-rich zone.
Which is your favorite studio?
Oh, I like Universal.
Do you really?
Yeah, it's close to home.
So and you can go
Warner Brothers and Universal.
Do they let you go on the rides for free if you're a director there cutting a big thing?
You actually can take yourself on a ride. You can get a golf cart and you can do the ride yourself.
How fun!
I've made that very very close to the whole ride personally for several guests.
It was my dream as a kid to be a tour guide on the Universal tours, and it never really came true for me. Unfortunately, I ended up on the radio here with Big Andy E. Hey, Andy, Say is not here.
Who?
The girl that everybody cares about. So you've got to do all the news. And Larry, will you help out a little bit?
I will try to add my thoughts.
Okay, here we go. Here's our Hollywood Headliners news of the week.
Some of the top trending stories on Hollywood Headliners.
Really?
Alex Rodriguez's role in an upcoming kids movie is in danger of being cut.
Wait a minute. Who is Alex Rodriguez?
A-Rod is on the New York Yankees. Yeah. He's in the midst of appealing a 211-game suspension for allegedly using...
It's not that big of a deal.
PEDs. That's 2 years. That's 2 seasons. He's been accused of using PEDs, performance-enhancing drugs. He has a role as himself, a voice role, in a movie called Henry and Me. It's about a young Yankee fan named Jack who's overcoming cancer.
Wait a minute. When did he get this role?
This movie's been around for a little bit, but...
I mean, before the suspension came in?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the movie's essentially done.
Did you direct this movie, Larry?
I was asked, but I was busy.
I think we're going to get that answer a lot tonight.
You were on PEDs at the time.
That's right. As I understand it, he continues to be paid his monstrous contract as long as he's...
That's why he's appealing.
In appeal.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's worth it for him. Like $100 million the Yankees owe him.
Yep.
Yes.
For you sports fans out there, welcome to Hollywood Sports Liners.
But investors in the movie are afraid that if A-Rod has anything to do with the movie, maybe kids aren't going to go and see it, and they want to try and remove him from as many scenes as possible. But one of the producers says it's going to take 4 to 6 months. It's going to cost a fortune.
Yeah. So put the guy in and just go with it.
Now here's one sign though. Henry and Me is what it was called. It was originally announced as a direct-to-DVD release, but it's now planned for a limited theatrical run in April if they ever finish this thing.
Wow.
With or without A-Rod.
Okay.
Or A-Fraud, as some call him.
If it goes direct to DVD, Larry, is it less money for the director?
Oh, yes. Sadly so.
So A-Rod and the director both want it to go to the big screen.
Well, yeah.
See, we're learning a lot already about directing in Hollywood. Andy, that was a brilliant first story. What else you got?
And now a sad note.
Oh, no.
You remember this moment during the Olympics, the London Olympics, during the opening ceremonies, a British stuntman parachuted in.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be Daniel Craig, James Bond.
Right.
Well, sad to perform.
It followed the Queen sequence. And
right.
A
major moment in remembering those Olympics. Sad to report that Mark Sutton, who was that stuntman, was killed last couple of days in an accident in the Swiss Alps. He was in one of those wingsuits.
Oh, the squirrel suits?
Yeah.
You saw the story on 60 Minutes.
Yep.
Oh, those guys are nuts.
Yeah. And they were doing a stunt.
So
a bunch of them were doing a stunt. They were jumping from helicopters, and he didn't make it.
That's not good.
A very good friend of mine off of Desperate, the gaffer on the show, son was kind of a world leader, a cutting-edge guy in those flying suits. And he was killed about 4 years ago. Same way. He was doing some very close flies to some cliffs, and
bingo. It would happen so fast. I mean, it's just one little flicker of your hand or a little odd airwave thing.
No, it's for people who are going all the way to the edge.
Well, here, you know what? I grew up with a guy, Ron Fear. We used to call him Fearless, and he would, he'd break a leg skiing, and then he'd just ski on one leg, and he'd be a downhill racer. And he was going to navigate a river that had never been navigated in China, and he died. I mean, but he didn't care. That's what he was meant to do, and that's what some of these guys are like. God dang it! I'm sorry to hear that, though. How about bringing the room up a little bit, Andy? Come on, babe.
Bruce Willis hasn't had the best of luck lately.
Wait a minute. We did a Bruce Willis story last week.
That's right.
As I recall, Sly Stallone fired Bruce Willis off Expendables 3.
And he got bitch slapped on Twitter by Stallone.
Yeah.
Anyway, he was in a new commercial. It was promoting a broadband service. This is over in Britain. And that commercial has been banned in Britain. The government says the ad used misleading price information. So,
did he ask for $4 million instead of $3 million?
It wasn't Bruce's wallet. I would blame the producer.
He continues to be paid as long as he's.
That's
on the
right. That's
Larry,
right.
Larry, have you ever worked with Willis?
I have not, but my better half, who is a dialect expert, has coached Bruce on a movie.
Really?
Yes.
Did he teach him to say yippee-ki-yay, mother?
It wasn't
No.
that movie. Another smaller movie, but she really enjoyed it.
Hey, I'm a
Really?
fan of Bruce, frankly. Yeah.
I think Bruce is, if you're on the crew, I think he's a lot of fun. If you're a guy trying to interview him, like anybody I know, me, just get a gun and go shoot yourself.
Oh yeah, he did play with you, didn't he?
It's a lot simpler just to go kill yourself rather than try to interview Bruce.
Well, I always enjoy him. I think he's great.
Yeah, he's got unbelievable presence on camera. All right,
And
Andy.
we have a story, Rob, that you can relate to.
What's
This is
that,
about
Andy?
the two highest earners in radio and television.
Oh, well, now you're talking my game here,
And
Andy.
I think it pays to be an a-hole. They are Simon Cowell and Howard Stern.
Oh, wait a minute. Those two guys are the top two
Yeah,
earners?
they're each bringing in about $95 million apiece
A year.
a year.
That's what they got
in
in
the
last year.
In the last fiscal year.
Wow.
In third place, our pal, right-wing radio host, Glenn Beck.
Glenn Beck. You know how
And-
Glenn makes his money? He charges people, I think, $6 a month to come onto the Glenn Beck network and watch him talk, which is what we've tried here on Hollywood Headliners, and so far we're up to $2.
Yeah.
One from my gardener and one from my wife.
We can buy half a cup of Starbucks.
Not even at the one across the street.
Also on that list, Oprah. She fell to fourth now that she's...
How much? How much did Oprah make?
Only $77 million.
Slacker.
And speaking of the Oprah,
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw it last night on Jimmy Kimmel Live, but she did it again.
No, what?
She's there. She's promoting The Butler.
Yeah.
But she had to do it. She had to give away a car.
What kind of car? A Tesla, I hope.
It was a Ford Chevy. I don't
A
remember.
Versa? A Yugo?
I have no idea. It was not the entire audience. One audience member got it, but it's just in her blood, I think.
She loves to give away cars. She
Yeah.
loves to give away stuff.